Hi guys, welcome back. I just wanted to come on and just kind of share my story about my skin cancer experience. It wasn't it wasn't a huge bad type of skin cancer. It wasn't melanoma, thankfully, but it was very traumatic for me because I had never gone through anything like that before. So it was very different and it was an emotional roller coaster for me. I went into the dermatologist because I had a lump on my face right here. This is why I have that little scar, but it's healed up very nicely. It was basal cell carcinoma, and it was mixed with something else. I don't remember what it was, but it had been there for a good probably 5 years, and I just ignored it until it kept getting bigger and bigger, and it would scab up, and then if I touched it wrong, it would start to bleed. So I knew there was something wrong, but I never would have guessed that it was any type of skin cancer. Skin cancer does run in my family. I'm very fair-skinned, and I have a ton of freckles, so that's definitely something I would have needed to keep track of. My dad, my biological father, he has had so many skin cancer removal surgeries, and one of them was so bad that it was melanoma, and it was on his neck, and it reached up into his ear, to where it was they were contemplating just cutting off his ear because it was so bad, but he told them, no, do whatever you have to do, but leave my ear. I'd rather keep the cancer there than to remove my ear. He didn't say it exactly like that. There's a lot of profanity in there, but he was not very happy about it, and that worried me a lot because me and my brother both have the type of skin that he does. So, but when I had that lump on there, I never in a million years thought that it was any kind of skin cancer. And basal cell carcinoma is not a very dramatic type cancer. It's easily removed with the Mohs procedure, which is what I had done. I did not think that the Mohs procedure was going to be as bad as it was. It didn't hurt. They did numb the surface. I was completely awake for the removal. My sister-in-law went with me. I thought I was supposed to go in for just a consultation, but they up and said, oh yeah, by the way, we're just doing the removal today. We'll go ahead and do it. So my husband didn't go with me. He was at work at the time. And so I said, okay, that's fine. So my sister-in-law was there, and she helped me through everything. And after, they had to go in twice to remove everything, because the cancer, it was there so long that it had rooted and attached to the bone underneath and all around the muscle and tissue. So they had to remove all of that. I have no feeling right here at all. I mean, I can feel like the pressure, but as far as like feeling wise, none, because they had to remove all that stuff. So I didn't think it was going to be that deep and that bad. What scared me the most was they said, okay, do you want to take a look at it? And I said, sure. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, because I didn't think it was going to be that bad. No. They gave me the mirror and I looked at it, and I started bawling. I was so scared. I was like, I don't want to walk around and have this huge, I mean, it was very big, gaping hole in my face. And I mean, you could see straight down into the bone. It was very graphic and very scary, because nobody wants to see inside their face. It's too much. So I just cried just about the whole entire day, and they put little patch on there and everything. And my sister-in-law wanted to get my mind off of some things, and so we went and had some lunch at Olive Garden. And the crappy part about that is I had this huge bandage on my face to try and make sure it would stop bleeding, even though they cauterized it just to make sure that it wouldn't, but it still bled. So I had this huge bandage on my face, and we went out to eat lunch at Olive Garden, and people just kept staring at me. Nobody asked me what was wrong, and I probably, if they probably would have asked me, I probably would have started crying again. It scared the living daylights out of me. I thought I was going to have to live like that. And they couldn't stitch it there after the Mohs procedure because the way it was so wide and so deep that if they would have pulled the skin downward and then over, my face would have looked just really off. It would have not looked correct. So they directed me to a plastic surgeon that day, and which I'm so grateful, and I pray to God that, and I'm thankful, and I thank God that I was able to do it all that day, because I did not want to go to sleep and wake up and know that big hole was in my face, because it would have been worse for me too. So that same day, my sister-in-law called my husband and said, look, this is how bad it is, and she sent him the picture. I'm not going to post the picture in here because it's very graphic and it's kind of scary. But I will try and put the pictures up of the bandage on there, and then after I got the second procedure done. So we went to a plastic surgeon here in Oklahoma, and I'm so thankful they could fit me in right then and there. I was awake for both procedures. They numbed me up really well, and they gave me two options. They could either take skin from the side of my face and then do a skin graft, but then it would have a little bit of a divot. I didn't want that. So our second option was for them to cut all the way up here and all the way over, because I got cut all the way from here to here, and they pulled that down a little bit and pulled it up and then over and over a little bit, and they were able to stitch me up. So it was not bad at all. When I saw that after the stitching, I just started crying again because of how good it looked and how blessed I was to have it to look somewhat normal compared to what it looked like before normal, with that gaping huge hole in my face. And it was just, a lot of people say, oh, it's just a simple skin cancer, there's no need to worry about it. When it's your own, you have your own opinions about it, and everybody feels differently about it. It can be completely okay for one person, but another person could take it a little bit harder, and I took it pretty hard, because I didn't want to walk around like that. I had a job where I would go out and see customers and meet customers, and then it was at a car dealership, so it took a while for me to go back to, I think about a week or two, I think it was about a week when I went back to work, and I still had the stitches in. And the first day, everybody was asking me what's wrong with your face, and then I had to leave work early. I just started crying. I called my husband and I said, I can't take it. Everybody's asking me what's wrong with me, what's wrong with my face. And I couldn't take it to where I couldn't take people asking me that stuff. It made me too emotional, and they just didn't understand. My boss at the time was like, oh, just cut it out yourself. You don't have to go do all that. No, I did. And it was kind of crappy of him to suggest that I just cut it out. You know, it was way too deep. And I'm not going to do that. That's not very sanitary of me to do it myself. So, they were both very lengthy type surgeries, but I mean, now it's been a little over a year since my healing process. And I do have makeup on, of course, as you can see, but I still have that scar that leads up a little bit. It's not bad. It's hardly noticeable now. And I could not be happier. I am so blessed that it looks the way it does. But it was a very scary process. And I hope I never have to do it again. Then, fast forward to now, at my 1 year, they did at the plastic surgery office, they did the look through, and the doctor was like, now just be prepared, because of your skin tone and everything you've already gone through, you're gonna probably get another spot. It's probably gonna happen again. So if you start seeing something come up, then you need to get it taken care of a lot faster than what you did with this one, because this one was a lot worse. I was just thinking, yeah, I shouldn't have waited so long. You know, it was a very simple skin cancer, but it was just, it was hard to handle. It was hard to deal with. And I hope I never have to endure that again. And for anybody that's going through this, or has been through this, or is about to go through this types of surgery, if you have questions about it, feel free to ask me. You know, it's going to be a little hard. I'm not going to lie to you. But you're going to look fine. Give it a year and it's going to be hardly noticeable. But that's all I wanted to say about that. Kind of give my input and what I had to go through with all of that. And if you have any questions about it, just feel free to leave a comment below, and make sure to like and share and subscribe to this channel if you like some of my content. I give a lot of opinions about different things, like with my job, with what I do now, and basic day-to-day stuff. But I definitely wanted to share my skin cancer story because, you know, if it could help somebody that notices somewhat of a spot, or somebody that didn't even check themselves, you need to start doing it. Go and have those scans done at the dermatologist. Just go do it. It will help you in the long run. I wish I wouldn't have waited, and neither should you. So again, if you have any questions, give me a comment below, and I will be happy to help you the best that I can. Have a good day.